Hey everybody, welcome back. Just wanted to put this video up here. I was just kind of playing with some of the new cards that I got this week for Dice Masters, and just wanted to share with you a one-player variant that I just kind of came up with. Might not be 100%, you know, like the perfect thing. I'm still kind of working on it, but I think I got a pretty good idea here. So basically, you would play with your 4 cards there, your 4 cards there, so you have 8 cards, and the one that I'm playing with, you only take 2 dice, up to 2 dice on each character. You can always try it with up to 4 if you like, and see how that goes. So you're both going to start the game at 20, and you're going to take your 4 dice and you're going to roll. Actually, before I do that, your opponent player is going to have these dice over here, so they're going to start with the same 4 that everybody else starts with, right? But they're going to start with 1 defender. So a shield is a defender, and this is going to be a sidekick, of course, when they roll that. And the only other thing that you would be mindful of is the question mark. And the question mark can either be a defender or a sidekick. You get to choose. And not only that, it can be another character, or you can add it to a character that's already on the board to kind of like level them up. Okay, so that's basically how that works. So let's just kind of start out with this here. So you're gonna roll the dice. Let's see. So I have 1 sidekick, 3 here. So I'm actually gonna grab a Black Widow from over there and put her over here, and I'm just gonna leave them there for now. All right. So going back to the other player here, this is only a defender. This is considered a 1 defense, but it's also a 1 attack. But they can only respond to your attack. So it's just a defender, but it is a 1/1. This is a 1/1 sidekick, and it can attack. So you start with a 4 die, and this one's kind of how you start the game. So they have a defender, and then they would roll, and they would also get to reroll. So this is actually a really good roll. So you'd have a sidekick, and then I would get to choose what I want to do over here. So I'm actually going to make this sidekick stronger, so I'm going to roll that to that. So now this is a 2/2, and I'm going to make this other question mark I'm going to add it to this defender. So now this defender is a 2/2, and this sidekick is a 2/2, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And now it's this guy's turn here, so there should be 4 more die right here from the bag. So I'm going to roll these ones, and let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am going to take these 4 here, and I'm going to grab an Iron Man, which I can't really do anything with. So that goes right there because I can't field them or anything. And I still have my little character here, which I'm not going to do anything with. So you notice here that I don't really have any other dice, right? So I am going to grab 1 more. Basically how this works is if you don't have any more dice to roll, you can grab 1 more from your pile. At the same token, let's say this guy right here, let's say this guy was a 2/2. I attacked and knocked off one of these guys. They would be dead, and then they would automatically respawn as a defender token. Same thing if I knock this guy out, he'd be out and he'd respawn as that. Now, to make this a little bit more challenging as well, every 2 turns, the enemy is going to become stronger, and you're actually going to be able to roll 1 additional dice. So in the variant that I came up with, the enemy here is going to have a total of 12 dice to roll. Like I said, every 2 turns, you're going to get an additional dice to roll. If you kill any of the sidekicks or any of the defenders, they will auto respawn as 1 defender. So I did try playing this a few times, and I ended up with something like this. So you actually end up with a bunch of defenders, but they can't attack, unfortunately. And then you would probably start building a strong character here. So mind you, if these are, not these guys, sorry, these guys, if they're standing by themselves, they are considered sidekicks. If they are leveled up, like a 3/3, then they are actually character tokens. So that's just one thing to remember. I was playing this a little earlier tonight, and it was actually really fun because I had, on my side, I had a bunch of guys, and they were all pretty strong, but, you know, I was dealing with a wall of defenders, and they were just waiting for me to attack, so then these guys could attack. Because if I knocked all 3 of these guys out, they would be gone, but they would auto respawn as 3 defenders again. So it kind of got a little frustrating in trying to, you know, figure out how to do it. But the fun thing here is when you're rolling the dice, you can actually compound them. So it really isn't all that fun having 3 1/1 defenders. Doesn't do all that much unless you're getting like bombarded with a bunch of characters here. But you know, you can stack them only during your roll. If you roll them, you can combine them at that turn, if that's what you get. And you can see that pretty quickly you can start ramping up, and like I said, every other turn you can keep rolling. So let's say you roll this here, that doesn't do anything. Roll it, doesn't do anything either. But hypothetically, you rolled another question mark or you rolled another sidekick, you'd actually be able to continue to expand this character here. Now he's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a 5/5, and this guy here is a 3/3 defender. And like I said, they're playing with a total of 12 dice that you would accumulate over time, over rounds. So then you would actually have all these here to roll. And as long as you keep your guys alive over here, you can keep building on them or make another guy. And the best thing is for the opponent is even if you knock these guys out, auto respawns as a defender. So there was a lot of back and forth. I had a lot of times where I was hesitating knocking these guys out because they would auto respawn as another blocker. So I don't know. I don't know if that made sense. Basically, you play your side how you normally would play the game. Just on this side, you start the game with 1 defender, and you would roll the other three dice that start the game. So you have 4 guys, and then you would choose how to use the other tokens that match. So these ones don't do anything. Those in the lightning and the glasses don't do anything. Versus the question mark can be either turned into a defender or turned into a sidekick, which could later turn into a character. And you can just kind of build like a small little army there and just keep playing. I found it pretty fun, and I don't know, put in the comments what you think. Solo variants are kind of hard to come by in this game, but I don't know, I found it pretty fun, very simple. And like I said, you know, after a few rounds you start getting some really strong defenders or really strong attackers, and it gives you something to fight towards, and makes the game a little bit tougher. If you want to make it even a little bit tougher, you want to include all of them, so that would be a total of 16 dice. And you can see you could start getting some characters above 5 or 6, 6/6 or 7/7 or 8/8. You can start getting some pretty strong characters on this end here. You can play very defensive, or you can get a couple attackers and just start trying to clear the table over here. I thought there was enough difficulty where you were worried about killing off some of their guys because it would automatically spawn a defender for the next turn. So this side will never be empty. As soon as you KO one of the characters, it automatically comes back as a defender. So you either got 5 guys there, you automatically get 5 defenders. So, and obviously the longer you play, the more dice are involved, and then the stronger the characters are, and the more likelihood that they'll have strong characters to come back at you. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think, and feel free to post. Thanks.